and he put up 62 points in those 82 games that he played, 19 goals. I think this guy next season, 30 goal season, like easily. Welcome back to another episode from the Checking From Behind podcast. I'm your host, Zach, as always joined by my two favorite co-hosts of all time, Preston and Chris. Fellas, how are we doing?
I thought I was your favorite. Why is he my co-favorite now?
No, you both are my favorite co-hosts.
You can't have two favorites, Zach.
I think I can have two favorites. What if people with multiple kids, they always...
they have a favorite kid. They have a favorite kid.
They have a favorite 100%.
They say, oh, I love them both equally. And then they say, yeah, this one's like better.
And then they'll be talking to like their friends. Yeah, this one kid right here. Yeah, they're definitely my
this
favorite.
one, like, by the time they were 5, they were doing everything. And this one's 6 years old, still shits their pants. So, guess what's my favorite kid?
The one that shits its pants.
Oh my god. It's a little bit dead now. We got used to all the NHL news, and the NHL said, yeah, by the way, all that news that happened, fuck you guys. You guys don't get anything jack shit now.
It's cottage season. All
It's
the
August,
GMs and
yeah.
everything is...
Everyone's on vacation right now. Everyone.
Sometimes that's all you need, you know? Get back. Sabres will win 65 games, you know? Let them boys.
Off topic here. Is August the most elite vacation month of the year?
Yeah.
It depends where you
I think
go.
September's pretty elite, too.
September's good. It's August is good because it's still warm out. There's nothing really going on, you know, like sports-wise or anything, really. So, you know, you don't have
There's nothing like going on, period. There's no major events that ever happen in August.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's the best time.
It is. I guess if you're talking about, like, just in the sports world, it is.
I'm just talking about in general.
In general, it depends where you go, because honestly, Florida and did it go out? Oh, no. Okay, whatever. In, like, the Carolinas and Florida, it just, like, it's like 110 degrees, and I don't want to be down there.
It's like that all summer, though.
Yeah.
That is true. So, I mean, even when you go down in, like, May and October, it's still, like, 85, 90 degrees down
That's
there.
elite in October, though.
In October, yeah. I
I
remember.
think September's pretty elite to me.
September, in my opinion, is up there. I would argue that May is up there as well, too, even though it can be a little bit, depending where you go, very wet because of the spring is, you know, very, very wet, especially up in the north. But, like, I went down to Florida in May in high school, and then I went 3 or 4 years ago in January. Both of them were really elite. May got a little bit hot, but January was, like, 75 degrees, nice and comfortable, and it was nice.
Don't ever go to Japan in June.
No.
It was like 100 degrees every
Really?
fucking
It's
day.
that hot there?
It's so humid, too, because it's an island, so you're just surrounded by ocean. Dude, I was sweating through my shirt every fucking day.
Oh, shit.
It was gross. And there's people walking around like hoodies and stuff. I was like, what is wrong with you? It's 100 degrees outside.
They're used to that weather.
But still, it's insane.
Although,
They eat a high sodium diet so they don't fucking sweat to death.
I guess.
when I ended up going down to Florida in January, obviously the Floridians, they're in like pants and hoodies and jackets and stuff, and it's like 65 degrees. I like
Zach's in shorts.
And I'm in shorts and I'm in shorts and in my Stephon Diggs jersey and everything. I counted when I went down on that trip how many Go Bills I got. I got like 60 or 70 or something like that. That was crazy. All right. Well, we got some news to talk about around the NHL. Well, first off, Anze Kopitar will officially get his jersey retired and also get a statue unveiled outside of the LA Kings arena at Crypto.com arena in February in a matchup against the Montreal Canadiens.
It's still the Staples Center. I don't care.
I
don't
agree.
care
I was
what it
about
says.
to say the Staples Center. That's why I said LA Kings arena at first.
Yeah. No, I mean, as they should. I mean, they gave Dustin Brown a fucking statue.
Oh, yeah, this is the easiest, no-brainer call of all time. Yeah, he's the first Battle Hall of Famer. Yeah, he deserves to have his number retired.
We all knew this was going to
I
happen.
mean, he was the Kings of, like, the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
then Drew Doughty will get a statue soon. Do you think
everyone from that...
Do you think Quick gets one?
I think so. He's the reason
the
they won
LA
2
sports
cups.
teams hand out statues like candy, it seems like, man. It seems like anyone gets a statue down there.
I mean, if you want to include Dustin Brown in that was kind of their core 4. It was
He was their captain when they won the 2 cups.
It was Kopitar, Brown, Doughty, Quick. That was like your core 4 that
What about
dragged
Mike
you to
Richards? He was a core player.
Jeff Carter. Marion
Justin
Gabbert.
Williams. Justin Williams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mr. Game 7.
Does it make a statue with the whole team?
Fuck it.
Daryl Sutter, does he get a statue?
No.
how about all their equipment managers, too?
Hey, they don't win the cup without them, man.
That's true. It's a good point.
If they give Martinez a bad skate sharpening job, does he score that goal in overtime to win the Stanley Cup?
Probably not.
No, because he's probably on his ass.
Yeah. Like Zach that one game.
Which game was that?
Where he got on the ice for warm-ups.
Oh, yeah, I kept...
Yeah, you over sharpened your skates.
Off topic real quick. So I played a half a season with these buffoons in men's league, right? So I worked
3 games.
I worked at it was like 4 or 5, thank you. So I worked at this hockey rink then, okay, and I worked in a pro shop, and my skate sharpenings were always good. However, though, I got I believe it was the Flylight skates, and when they come out of the package, if you guys don't know, they have like this little slickness to them where you have to take when you sharpen it, you have to grind the steel down a little bit to get it off so you actually get the edges and they become sharp, right? Well, on one of it was on my outside edge or inside edge, one of those two on my right skate. I could not get this thing off for the life of me, so I felt it and it always felt sharp, but I stepped on the ice 3 times. I kept busting my ass and I was putting it on the ice and I was like, there is nothing here at all. So then I just sat out the game because I was pissed.
You should leave your skate guards on.
I'm positive, yeah.
Shit. That's not supposed to happen.
Anyways, back to the LA Kings stuff. So, yeah, like we said, Kopitar, man, I mean, he ended up breaking the Kings' all-time point record. He was the captain for however long, ever since Dustin Brown pretty much.
Well, didn't they strip Dustin Brown?
Yeah, they stripped him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did.
Yeah.
In his last season, I believe it was 2 years.
No, it was years. I think it was a few years.
It was
really
like
years?
right after they won the cups, he got stripped and they gave it to
Hold
Kopitar.
up, let me.
Damn, I
do some fact checking, because I don't remember the reason why they stripped him of it.
I don't know either.
Was that when a new coach came in?
No, I think it was Sutter still.
Yeah, no, I mean Sutter was there for
years,
all the cups, and then
yeah.
Dustin Brown was stripped of his C after the 15-16 season.
Yeah, so right after Chicago won that cup, right? Or was that no? That was Pittsburgh that won that cup.
No, that was Chicago.
15-16.
Oh wait, after the 15-16 season?
The 15-16 season, the Penguins won the Stanley Cup.
Well, yeah,
it was their
but I
first
thought
of
he
their
was. I
back-to-back.
thought was that the first year that he was stripped, or that?
That was the last year he had the captaincy.
Okay, then yeah, Pittsburgh won that.
2016-17 was the first year Anze Kopitar was the
Yeah,
captain.
that was Pittsburgh's one of their 2 back-to-back cups. So, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about this except
I mean, it's pretty obvious that it should have been done.
I'm not shocked that it happened this fast either. You see sometimes a lot of teams will wait a couple of years, or you see Detroit with fucking Fedorov wait 20 years.
Just got his jersey retired.
I know.
I can't really see a real reason why he got his C stripped other than he had 2 really bad seasons back to back.
Yeah.
And I guess the coaching staff was we don't want our captain to be shit.
You don't want to be like Florida in the mid 2010s with Derek McKenzie as their captain.
Captain doesn't necessarily have to be your best player.
It's the guy that leads the best.
Yeah.
Leads by example, voice on ice. Maybe, again, he can't barely skate.
I mean, it could have been a thing, too, where maybe he had the 2 not great seasons, and it was kind of affecting him in the room, too. He was getting pissed off at himself, and he wasn't leading how he should have been.
Interesting fact, Dustin Brown also works for the Junior Sabres now.
Yeah, he's from New York State. Yeah, he's from Ithaca.
He's from one of he's one of the development coaches.
Yeah, he's from the area. Yeah.
Spit it up. You ever meet him before? No.
Why would I meet him?
I don't know, man. Seems like a very chill dude who now plays, or not plays.
He plays for the Junior Sabres.
He plays for the Junior Sabres. All right, so moving on here. So we got some more expansion news, right? And obviously this isn't new to us because it kind of went quiet. And seems like every single day, Batman gets it brought up. And Allan Walsh is basically yeah, by the way, Atlanta and Houston, they are going to bring expansion back to them. So Atlanta, part 3. Houston will get one, obviously, a year and a half ago or so. Houston, it was brought to everybody's attention that they wanted a team. But Houston Rockets owner did not want to share a stadium, reportedly, for a new hockey team because obviously it was built for basketball, right? But here we are. We're still.
Well, they got to build a new arena then for the hockey team.
I haven't heard anything on that, so I can't say it.
Well, they don't have a place to play. It's kind of hard to have a team.
Yeah, can't just
Yeah, it's like Barclays Center. I mean, it's made for basketball. It's not going to be
right.
good for hockey
I mean,
all of a sudden.
you can do what Utah did.
Well, yeah, but Utah's owners are actually invested and actually
that
want
is
to
true.
give a good product.
They actually want the team to be successful. They just don't.
The
want
owner also owns the stadium himself, so he can do whatever the hell he wants in it.
True.
Where the Rockets owner sounds like he's not going to be the one owning the hockey team. So it's like, why the fuck would I want to change my arena that I own to help them? I don't give a shit.
He doesn't give a fuck about the team.
Yeah, but it sounds like Arizona just declined to enter expansion. Because didn't they get first right of refusal for expansion? That was part of the deal of
the owner did.
Yeah.
That was part of the deal of them selling.
Well, I don't think the Coyotes will ever be back. I think if Arizona gets a new team, it will be a new franchise.
Yeah. It'll definitely be away from the old owner.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think he still owns the right to the naming, though. I think they just have to have a new I think it'd be best for just the area just to move on to a new team and just kind of forget the Coyotes ever were a thing. 'Cause they never really had any success there. They maybe 2 decent seasons their whole time there.
Yeah.
They made it to the Western Conference Final
once. They did knock out the Blackhawks the one year.
That was the year they made it to the Western Conference Final. That was the best season they ever had as a franchise.
Yeah.
They lost in 5 games to the Kings.
Yeah.
The Kings kind of rolled through everybody there.
But I know.
But besides the point, yeah.
But the Coyotes were always a joke.
Yeah.
I think they're up there with the Blue Jackets for the biggest joke franchises in the league.
All time, obviously.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those fans because some of those fans, obviously very hardcore, but obviously their owner clearly didn't give a shit.
Oh, it's never the fans' fault.
It's never, no. And
even when they were asked, they were still showing up to games.
Mm-hmm.
Not
really. They weren't really showing up to the games.
Okay, well, even their last game in Mullet Arena as well. I know that it sold out, right? Yeah. Only 5,000 fans showed up, though. It sold out. But
I still can't believe that was a real thing.
What, Mullet Arena?
That's how big of a joke the franchise was.
They literally did not have an arena to play in for 2 years.
But man, Atlanta Part 3.
Look, I know a lot of people think with Atlanta, they already had 2 tries. Clearly the market doesn't want hockey. I think I can't really speak a lot on the Atlanta Flames because I'm not too familiar with why they ended up leaving. But with the Thrashers, it was almost literally the exact same reason for the Coyotes, why they don't have a team anymore. Terrible ownership that did not give a shit about putting a winning product on the ice.
Yeah, and then they lost Kovalchuk, and they're like, well, going to Winnipeg.
Well, they essentially gave him away.
Yeah.
I know they got Hossa for him, but then Hossa was gone in a couple of years.
So
no, they played together.
Oh,
that was Heatley that they traded for Hossa.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
And that was they traded Heatley because of everything that happened off the ice.
I thought that was Ottawa. That's the reason why Ottawa traded him. Yeah, he killed somebody in a car accident.
Okay, that was Ottawa, not Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. Going back to your Atlanta Flames thing, they left in 1980 because their owner at the time, Tom Cousins, he faced severe financial losses, roughly about $1.5 million a year he was losing. That was everything.
It's a lot of money back then.
There were no fans showing up. There was no attendance.
Dog shit too.
Yeah, they were really bad. They had rising costs from competition, and then, of course, obviously, lack of arena luxury suites and TV revenue. They were all losing money on. So they were losing money, so they couldn't afford to keep the team in Atlanta anymore. And I like the idea of having a hockey team in Atlanta because you have the Braves, you have the Falcons, you have the Hawks, and you also have one of the biggest cities, honestly, in not North America, but in just the U.S. in general. They have the biggest airport in America, and I know, again, it can't be compared to New York City or Los Angeles or anything like that. But when it comes to
biggest cities in the country,
when it comes to being a sports town, Atlanta is a sports town, and the only thing that they're missing is hockey. And I think in today's day and age, hockey would thrive in Atlanta as long as they get the right owner. Because from the first 2 times, the owner was a fucking, clueless buffoon.
Well, I know specifically with the Thrashers, it was an ownership group,
mm-hmm.
and they never really wanted the Thrashers. They bought the team from the guy they were brought in the franchise. It was the Atlanta Spirit, and they really wanted the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thrashers were a part of the package deal, so they had to buy them, and they just put all their time and attention into the Hawks, and they did not give a shit about the Thrashers. And then essentially, the first time that chance they got got an opportunity to get rid of him, they did.
Well, I did the inflation conversion.
Okay.
And the equivalent today of they were losing $6 million a year.
That's still a lot of fucking money.
Oh, yeah. If you're,
Holy
you're
shit.
losing the equivalent today's money is $6 million a year. That's a lot.
Dude, even if that's just going on for like 4 years, like losing $24 million is insane. But, and then with Houston's side, I know we touched on that earlier. I think Houston's in that situation where, almost like Atlanta, where I think hockey will thrive in it. And obviously, I know the NHL wants to expand, especially in the South. We're seeing that, right? We saw with Vegas, and I know they expanded to Seattle a few years after Vegas, but that was a situation where they were in the same situation with Atlanta, where that's a pro sports town, right? They have the Mariners, they have the Seahawks, they even have pro soccer with the Seattle Sounders, I believe it is. But like in Houston, the Rockets are obviously very popular. The Astros, very popular. And if you're able to put an NHL team down there, I think it will thrive as well. I don't hate the idea of having Atlanta and Houston in the NHL. Now, do I think it gets to a point sometimes where expanding to too many teams it'll become so damn watered down? Yeah, I think 32 teams is the perfect amount, but I think 34 is the absolute max you can go, in my opinion. Like,
I think they're going to go to 36.
If they go 36, I'm kind of like, is that really necessary? Now, do I understand where they're coming from? Yeah, for money reasons, because they'll even be able to grow the game as well, get more people to actually go to the game. Because if you're getting into a type of sport, doesn't matter. If you go to a game and you like see it firsthand, it gets me into the sport a little bit more. Like if I'm watching on TV, I'm kind of like half there, half not. If I don't really know if I like the sport or not. If you go to like a hockey game, for example, let's say you just are kind of like a casual fan in Houston, right? And you're like, okay, well, we have a hockey team now. Let me go actually enjoy a game. And you like the atmosphere and you like the game experience and you like the actual game. Then you get TV views, you get TV revenue, and that's just kind of. I understand.
Well, I could give you another big reason why the NHL wants to do expansion. The minimum $2 billion expansion fee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a free $2 billion of revenue for the NHL.
Yep.
And it's Gary Bettman's job is to make the owners as much money as he possibly can. And if you keep expanding every few years, you're guaranteed to make a few billion every 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
So that's the number one reason. They can say, oh, we want to grow hockey in a different market and stuff like that. That's bullshit. They just want more money.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them. I mean, if you're a pro sport like this, right, at the end of the day, it's a business. And your job is to make the league, like you said, as much money as humanly possible. And Gary Bettman is doing a really good job of that. That's why he's really emphasized his expansion stuff. And there was a point in time from about 2000-ish or so up until 2017 where there wasn't any expansion, right? But now you're getting to the point where, okay, COVID happened in 2020. You had that flat cap for 4 or 5 years because of the loss of revenue, right? And then now on top of that, you're like, okay, well, all this revenue is coming in from ad deals or TV revenue or tickets, attendance, whatever it is. Now you have a chance in 2030 or 2032 to add 2 teams at the same exact time. That makes you a lot of money, and I understand it.
I don't think they're going to add them both in the same season.
Really? I think
having a dual expansion draft at one side, I don't think the other teams would be like that.
No, what I heard is that both teams will be in the league by 2030. That's
but I don't think they'll both be playing in 2030.
No, it'll be like a Vegas Seattle type of thing. It'll be like Vegas will be like.
I mean, that's only 4 years away, though.
Yeah, I know.
So we thinking
Vegas will be like next year. Houston or Atlanta, whichever one will be like say next year, and then in a couple more years they'll do the other draft.
So I would say
I can't imagine Houston will have a team next year. They have to build an arena.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like in 2028, you can add, Atlanta, for example, and then 2030 it can be Houston. But like you brought up, these teams need an actual professional hockey arena to play in, right? Now, granted, while one's getting built, can somebody just play like a mullet arena type at least as the bridge? Yeah, sure, but I don't think the NHL is going to want that. They're going to want 2 professional arenas that are ready to go when their first season is.
I'm not familiar with Atlanta, but did they ever knock down the Thrashers arena?
Let me check that.
It's probably I think they I don't know if they shared it with the Hawks or whatnot. I do believe it's part of the getting a new team in Atlanta, though. I think they want to build like a new state of the art like sports complex.
Yeah, they currently don't have an actual NHL ready arena in Atlanta at the moment.
So I think getting them by 2030 would be quite aggressive.
That's just me going off what Allan Walsh said.
That's valid. I mean,
he said by 2030.
Usually, what it takes on average,
like playing by 2030 or just announced by 2030?
I don't know.
Because if they had 2 NHL expansion teams playing by 2030, that'd be shocking.
Yeah,
I would be very surprised. Now, if they announced the years that they were going to be introduced and had play their first season by 2030,
it wouldn't shock me because I think Houston's more of a sure bet than Atlanta right now. It wouldn't shock me if next summer Gary Bettman announces yep, Houston put in an expansion bid. We're gonna grant they have a vote, the owners vote to let them in, and then they're gonna come. It's okay, they're gonna start building an arena. They'll be ready to play by 2029.
Ready to play by 2029 for Houston would be nuts.
Well, that's if they announce the new team next year, and then they immediately start building the arena. I think you can get an arena built in 2 years.
Especially the Bill, not to go back to Buffalo, but the Bill Stadium got built in 2 years?
I think was it
2.5, 3?
I don't know, but that's also twice or 3 times the size of an NHL arena would be.
So
because that's a 60,000 seat arena.
Yeah.
The NHL, I think that Houston would max out at maybe 15, 20K.
And on top of that, too, a football field is ginormous compared to a hockey rink. So I think, maybe it might be a little bit possible to get an NHL arena.
I think you could definitely have one expansion team by 2032, I think would be very hard to put together.
I would say if you are going to bring in 2 teams very close together, I think you have to do an expansion draft 1 year, let's say 2028, right? Nothing 2029, and then bring the second team in 2030, doing every other year.
It's 4 years between Vegas and Seattle.
So
2017 and 2020.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
3-ish.
I thought Seattle's first year was 2021.
It was 2021.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So it was 4.
So 4 years.
Yeah, and those teams have committed for a long time. I think Vegas, what they did was the double down on how serious they were. Is they started building the arena before they even got approval from the NHL because Vegas was well, we'll just use the arena for concerts anyway. Yeah. And then they ended up getting the NHL team, and so it ended up working out. Same in Seattle, they committed a bunch of money, and I think they're playing in an older arena that they spent a lot of money fixing up. I think it was where the Supersonics used to play.
Probably.
Yeah, it was. They ended up spending
billions, probably over a billion. Yeah, and
I'd like to go to that arena one.
They also built a brand new state of the art practice facility, I think, too, and everything. So they focused on renovating the arena that they had instead of building a new one, but they upgraded their entire surrounding area, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, so I do think Houston and Atlanta always made the most sense to me for teams. I know a lot of people, like I said, like to argue that Atlanta doesn't deserve a team, but it's one of the biggest, most populated cities in the United States. They're going to keep trying until they have a team that sticks around, and the only way to get a team to stick around is to have them be successful. Because no one's going to come watch a shitty team.
Exactly. Even if it's something like a Seattle thing where the first year they get hockey and then the second year they actually have a really good team. They take, Dallas to Game 7 in the second round. They upset Colorado in the first round. That is what gets people. They don't necessarily have to win.
They've been struggling since then.
They're really mid. They're really mid.
I mean, that's normally how expansion goes, though. Is not Vegas is the exception to the standard. This is very normal. What Seattle's going through is being pretty bad their first few years in the league. I think their second year when they made the second round was a bit of an anomaly. And then they came right back down to earth. That team still has a lot of issues, in my opinion, and I don't think they'll be a playoff team next year.
No, they have an issue of honestly developing guys, and that's obviously each team has their own issues. Certain teams can develop guys, but that's all they can do. Some teams can't develop guys, like we've seen it with the Rangers recently. We're seeing it obviously talking about Seattle here, where they're drafting these guys. They have Matty Beniers, they've drafted Shane Wright, they've drafted who else did they draft?
Berkeley Cat.
Who hasn't, we don't know what he's going to be yet, but
they keep drafting centers though.
Yeah, they're not drafting.
They drafted Jake O'Brien a couple years ago.
They're not drafting position of need. They're just drafting best player available. And in their situation,
they need defensemen.
That is not their.
I'd say they need some wingers too, because just looking at their roster,
they need everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joey Tecort's a decent goalie.
He's not a starter.
He is their starter, though.
He's their starter for now, but I'd say he's more of a tandem backup.
Grubauer had a decent season last year. He bounced. His stats bounced back a bit, but Yeah,
Like-
Seattle, they're gonna be rough for the next couple years, and I don't really trust Jason Botterill to get him to the next step.
Absolutely not.
We're gonna see Seattle be towards the bottom of the Pacific again, and they're gonna end up trading McCann off as a rental at the deadline.
Yeah, they're gonna trade McCann. Shane Wright's gonna get traded. I mean, they have no path forward right now.
I wouldn't be shocked if they trade Shane Wright before training camp.
Well, I
The
think they're working to try to trade him.
the two sides have mutually parted to try to find a new team for him.
And
Just
from what I hear, Vancouver is the most likely.
I heard that Shane Wright wants to go to Vancouver.
Well, yeah, because
Makes sense.
he instantly becomes their 1C. I mean,
No,
Over
that's
Pettersson?
if they move Pettersson.
I think they're not moving Pettersson.
No, I would say
They're not moving him.
Shane Wright would be the 2C.
Yeah, Pettersson is still their 1C.
Yeah.
That Pettersson contract's
It's dogs.
unmovable.
That's if they retain.
It has a full no
No,
movement clause,
yeah.
though.
Oh yeah,
He's-
kicked in.
Yeah, it kicked in 2 years ago.
Oh.
He's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. Is it a full no movement the entire contract?
The rest of the contract's a full no movement clause. He's not going unless he wants to go, and I don't know what teams are going to take that cap hit. And I think it would be stupid for Vancouver to eat a percentage of that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more years.
I heard Pittsburgh was really interested in him, but Vancouver was asking for Ben Kindle back.
Yeah, they were. Vancouver's asking for like a shitload of assets for Pettersson.
Also, on the Dylan Larkin trade front,
Mhm.
Detroit wants a 1C back.
I did hear about that.
He's
for a
not going to
player-
get traded.
for a player that's not a 1C.
He's not going to get traded.
No, he's not. Their best course of action is try and fix their relationship without Yzerman there.
These literally two sides, and this is why you brought up he's not going to get traded. Like you said, Red Wings asking for a ton back for him. Larkin has 4 teams on his trade list right now. That is why it's not going to get done.
Four teams, and they're asking for a 1C back for a player that's not a 1C.
I mean, if Larkin's really serious about getting traded, he can open up his trade list to a few more teams, and then he's going to have to double down on, like, he don't show up to training camp, stay away from the team and everything. Like, it could get ugly if he's dead set on getting traded. Which it sounds like he is, but he's not really giving them a lot to work with.
No. He's trying to strong arm him into taking whatever the best deal possible is, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, because the Red Wings, like, I still think they're not in a great situation, but if he leaves, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely fucked. Like, I don't think they're a competitive team next year without him.
I don't think they're a competitive team with him.
They're like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Larkin, if he's not on the Red Wings next season for some odd reason, if they find a trade partner, they find the assets they like and they trade him, they're breaking the Sabres playoff, non-playoff record, in my opinion.
They're already at 10 years, so.
Yeah.
They would.
They haven't been drafting well, so it's not like they can replace him.
They don't have like a plan in place to get this team at least over the hump. And it doesn't help as well that the Eastern Conference is a fucking bloodbath. Not only that, but also their division. Their division is. There's 6 playoff teams in the Atlantic Division that I can name off right now.
Well, there's 5
7.
from last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can name 7 playoff teams.
I think
probably.
Toronto will be a lot better next year.
Yeah, I guess 7. Yeah.
And Florida, they'll be a lot better next year simply because they'll have their players back because their whole fucking team got hurt last year.
The only team that wouldn't be a playoff team in that division, honestly, is Detroit. And in the Eastern Conference, I think there's only like 2 other teams that can't compete for a playoff spot. That would be Columbus, and honestly, I think the Rangers.
I think Columbus isn't too far up. They just got to get their heads out of their asses.
Yeah,
Like they should have made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
They completely collapsed the last month. It was pathetic. It was like everyone saw that rant that Rick Bowness had at the end of the year, and I don't blame him because they literally they choked it away. It was pathetic.
On March 31st, by the way, this was with 2 weeks left in the season. Columbus was sitting in the second wild card spot with 88 points. They were 1 point behind the Islanders, so at this point, they were going back and forth to the Islanders, right? At one point, 5 days before March 31st, they were also third in the Metro, right? You go over to the end of the season, so that was April 17th. So 2.5 weeks later, essentially, they're sitting at 92 points, and they finished 6 points out of a playoff spot, and Philly overtook them. And Philly got that third spot, and Pittsburgh did as well. Going from 88 points to 92 points and getting 4 points in essentially 18 days is pathetic. pathetic. And even if they didn't go on this run, let's say they finished with 97 points and they missed by 1 point. You're like, okay, you know what? You can build off the season. Shit happens, right? Like that. We've seen it over the last few years in the Eastern Conference where a team misses out by a point or two, right? Philly got hot at the right time, right? Obviously, if you're Columbus, you miss by 1 point. You want that game against Philly back that you lose. But they didn't just miss by a point, and they didn't just get unlucky because the Flyers got hot at the right time. They completely fucking choked. So that's that on that.
Yeah, you could miss the playoffs by a point, and then you'll just sit there, and your GM will do nothing to help you.
I love the reference. Go out and get Eric Johnson.
Yeah,
as like the solidifying piece.
I mean, but who wants to go? What free agent worth a damn would want to go to Columbus?
Nobody. There's. Like I keep saying it, there's no future there.
It's all going to depend on what Zach Werenski decides to do. If he decides to stay in Columbus and re-signs to a long-term deal, they have a future.
Yeah.
If he decides to leave, then I think Marchenko will exit shortly after that. I think they're going to have a bit of a fire sale to get rid of any players that don't want to be there anymore. And it could get ugly really fast, but I think it really rests on the shoulders of Zach Werenski and what he wants to do.
If you are Columbus, in my opinion, you have to pull a Buffalo and get your internal growth to get back up top and to become a playoff team again in order to get guys that actually want to come play for your team. Because right now, as we're looking at it, pretty much everybody has Columbus on their no trade list, right? Pretty much no free agent wants to come to Columbus unless they're getting a bag compared to where they're going on the rest of the market, right? Like it's just that type of situation for Columbus right now.
I think all it would take to change that is just winning.
Mm-hmm. That's all it takes. Winning cures everything. It does.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the Sabres winning the Atlantic this year and how many players took Buffalo off their no trade list.
Literally, Connor Hellebuyck, Buffalo was the only team that Connor Hellebuyck was willing to waive the go to. That says something. Yeah. Because they're back to winning. It all comes down to this. A best-of-7 battle, and DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. Sweat every shift of the series, all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code THPN, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That is 467-3669. In Connecticut, help is available for gambling problems. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. Must be the age of 21 years or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for details. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only. Auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional terms at youtube.com/pro/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
That's just me. We got some breakout players to discuss, right? Our 2026, 2027 breakout players. Now, there's a few guys here. Now, what I'm going to say as a breakout player, right? A player who, they have been some success, but I feel like they're going to take it to even another level where they can become like a superstar, or, guys that are very, very young that I think can take a pretty sizable step this season. And I'm going to start off here with, there's 3 guys in the East, but first, our guy. Now, maybe I'm a little bit high on this guy, Konsta Helenius. And yes, it is Helenius, not Helenius, for people that keep fucking correcting us. Thank you.
Bro, you've been dick riding him for like 3 months.
Dude, this guy, am I wrong, though? Like, he's going to be a stud.
He's going to be a stud, but, I mean...
Am I too high on this guy entering this year?
This year? I mean, we don't really know where he's going to play in the lineup, so...
Well, right now he's projected to be like a third-line center.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know where he fits in the lineup right now because, I mean, that third line of McLeod, Quinn, and Zucker is just, I mean, there's no reason to change it. So,
like, what do you mean by breakout player? Because like he's barely played in the NHL though. Like this would just be him making the team.
Well, yeah, I have the same thing with like Porter Martone down, who's a stud. And now,
I mean,
are these guys too young?
Breakout to me is like a guy that's been in the league for a little bit that hasn't really lived up to his potential, but can take that next step.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, or hasn't not lived up to potential, but like they've been getting better. But this is the year they finally take the jump and like become like an elite player.
Yeah,
I mean, what people thought they were going to be.
To me, a breakout player would be like Shane Wright, A guy like that, a guy that finally takes that next step.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I when I think of a breakout player, like, I think of like a younger player who's been like getting better every year, and then finally takes that next jump to become elite. And a player I think could be really take that jump next year is Ryan Leonard on the Capitals.
Yeah,
he had 45 points last year in 75 games. He's going to have a lot better wingers playing with him this year with all the upgrades they made on that roster, and it's really going to put him in a good spot to take that next step and become maybe a 70, 80 point player next year, and then become like a truly like pretty like borderline elite player in the league.
I think Ryan Leonard, that's a good point, where Ryan Leonard, with all this offensive talent that they've gotten over the offseason, it's going to help him tremendously, right? We saw him when he ended up making his debut a couple of years ago and in the playoffs, right? It wasn't necessarily that he was producing offensively, but he was a pest on the puck. He almost reminded me like a Zach Benson, right? Where he was all over the puck. He ended up doing the dirty work because in order to make a roster, a lot of times you're not going to be that star, right? You're not going to be an Ivan Demidov. You're not going to be a Connor McDavid. I'm not trying to throw Demidov in the same conversation. Just the point being, you're not always going to be that like offensive force to be reckoned with where you were in college or juniors or wherever you were, right? And Ryan Leonard last season showed that he can produce offensively. 45 points like you brought up. And now I don't think he's going to necessarily reach that 80-point threshold this season. I think he can get that eventually in his career, but I think 65 to 70 points is reasonable for this guy. On top of that, keeping his defensive game, and he's going to help the Capitals come back into top 3 in the Metro Division. I don't hate Ryan Leonard at all. Like, I think this guy's going to be an absolute stud in the league, and he's only been in the league for what, a year now?
2
2 years.
I think last year was his full first season.
Yeah, so he's entering his second full year. I think, I mean, I don't hate the book. Now, I get where you guys are coming from with breakout players, because all my guys, like what I had done, I had Helenius, Demidov, Martone, and Clark. Those are more younger guys that can take a step this year, where you guys are kind of, I understand where you guys are coming from, where, okay, a guy who's been in the league for at least a year, 2 years, whatever it is.
Demidov's ffine, but I feel like he's kind of already starting to break out. Like, he had a really good playoff, and I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. But like Martone and Helenius have barely played. Like, I know they had decent playoffs, but like they haven't really shown anything in the NHL outside the 2-week stretch.
Martone played well. The reason I guess Martone has a bigger argument than Helenius, because Martone in the playoffs showed that he can produce with elite level competition against them.
Yeah.
So I understand where you guys are coming off with
But
Helenius.
they're going into their rookie seasons.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So maybe I'm a little bit more higher on these guys. Like, I think Martone off rip can honestly produce 55 points in 1 year as a forward rookie on Philly. He's already going to get a big enough role with Rick Tocchet. Rick Tocchet loves this guy. But again, maybe I'm putting way too much high expectations on these guys, which is, deservedly so.
No, I'm just questioning like what you mean by breakout player. That's more of what I'm saying. Not that these guys aren't going to be good players.
Yeah, I guess my thing was these guys are going to take that step into becoming like a star in the league. Now, the last couple of years when we've done it, it's kind of been like where the angle that you guys have gone. Because 2 years ago, I went William Eklund after I think his first or second year in the league. That proved to be a good pick. And then last season, I did Will Smith after his rookie year as well, which he had a better season. I wouldn't say that was the complete hit, but he got
missed
better.
A good amount of time with injury.
Did. So, yeah, I guess I kind of went a different angle this year. Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you were like talking like Calder picks.
Well, Calder picks right now, Martone's the favorite.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know. I feel like having discussions about rookies being breakout players is a very different conversation.
Yeah, I mean, because it's their introduction to the league. It's like they really haven't done anything. So
yeah, like we got a small taste of what they could do with the NHL level, but this is going to be their full like Martone will be on the Flyers opening roster. Like, I know Helenius was really great.
If you were to pick someone from the Sabres, I'd say your closest breakout player would be Noah Ostlund.
Oh,
yeah, I think Noah Ostlund's a good pick too. Or even I think like Jack Quinn, I think could take another step next year. I know he had 51 points this year, but I think with Tuck gone, they're going to rely on him a bit more for scoring, and he could take that jump and score 30 goals next year.
You're going to see a lot of stick tapping.
I think 30 goals would be a great season for Jack Quinn.
Oh, it would be great, and it would be good for him too, because this is the last year of his contract, and if he scored 30 goals, you're like, I want $8 million a year.
Yeah.
Jack Quinn's that type of player to me that the more confident he is, the better he plays.
Mhm.
Because you've seen him like in those bad years where he's just on himself, and you know he's like in his head and he's just playing like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Preston were at a game one year.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
I think we were on a power play. We were probably losing.
He was doing this the whole game though.
Yeah. He's got like two guys on him between the guy that had the puck and him.
He's
just
screaming for the puck.
tapping his stick like he wants the puck. Like that puck was never getting to him.
Was he like slamming this shit on the ice and screaming for it?
Oh, he was calling for the puck the whole game.
Yeah, the whole game.
I
You just heard tapping and you knew Quinn was on the ice.
Dude, I noticed that on like TV as well when I'm watching the game where Jack Quinn will be on the ice and it'll be like a power play, for example. This dude's doing nothing but fucking stick tapping.
Yeah, he's pressing R2.
What about a guy, now, they acquired him last year from Toronto. What about a guy like Fraser Minton? 35 points in 82 games last season.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a bigger role.
And on Boston, he played all of his time on Boston. He had 35 points in 82 games. They traded for him 2 years ago, not last season, excuse me. 15-33 time on ice, and this guy is going to get a bigger role on Boston, and I don't think necessarily he's going to be like a Ryan Leonard where he puts up 70 points next season, but I can see him getting like that 50-55 point guy, almost like taking that step like how Will Smith did last season. Now, I think Will Smith is a better overall hockey player and has the higher upside, but I think take that another step of, okay, he's not going to put up 65 or 70 points. I think this Boston team outside of Pasta and Geeky, honestly, they don't have a ton of scoring, but if Fraser Minton can especially get off to a very hot start, and let's say in the first 15 games he puts up like 10 points, he will get that elevated offensive role, get some more power play time, which could end up leading him to getting to that 50-point mark. And now, would that be necessarily breakout? I mean, you could look at it like that, or unless you're thinking of the breakout of like, okay, well, he can get double that and get like the 60 points as well. But I think Fraser Minton would be a very, very solid guy. And
yeah, he's going to get a role in Boston. I thought he was pretty bad in the playoffs for them.
very.
I mean, that whole Boston team was the only reason they stayed in those games was because of Swayman.
Yeah, but he's a young player. He still has a lot of room to grow, so he'll have opportunity there.
And, I want to talk about this guy real quick before we move on. Okay, Ivan Demidov. I know we brought him up a little bit earlier about how where maybe he's already looking like a star because in the playoffs he was a stud. He came, granted, Matthew Schaefer won the Calder unanimously, but if it wasn't for Schaefer's insane season, we could be looking at Demidov having the Calder instead.
Oh yeah, right? he had 62 points in his rookie season.
And what's crazy too is that you could have looked at Demidov and already said he had his breakout year, but I think his breakout year is like 80 points this season, like taking that point per game and becoming another offensive threat. A better one, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I think Demidov already did break out though and show like he's already like a borderline elite player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some guys can break out in their rookie season. They come right in the league, put 60, 50 points in.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, some guys can come into the league, have 20 points, and then jump up to 60 the next year.
Right.
It's just all about role and situation.
Right. A lot of times too, like Ivan Demidov, for example, Martin St. Louis loved this guy from day one, right? He got 15-30 time on ice as a forward, which is as a rookie as well. That's a lot of ice time, right? And he put up 62 points in those 82 games that he played, 19 goals. I think this guy next season, 30 goal season, like easily. We saw him in the playoffs where, okay, like on the stat sheet, you're like, okay, well, it doesn't look super, super pretty. But if you watch the games, he had his chances. He would hit a post or like he'll miss an open net like he was snake bitten. Like in the Sabres series, watching this guy closely, and in the Tampa Bay series, he would get grade A scoring opportunities and he would like miss the net or it would hit off the knob of the goalie's stick. Like he ended up getting very, very snake bitten. And that was the difference between honestly him having over a point per game in the playoffs or him, putting up the stats that he did, which, don't look as impressive. But yeah, again, maybe it's a little bit higher expectations of this guy. I think he's an 80-point guy next year.
If you're playing on a wing with Caulfield and Suzuki's your center, you're gonna put up 80, 90 points.
Pretty easy to do that.
But he's a good player though. It's not that he's just like getting points from just like they're giving him great passes or anything. He's facilitating a lot of that play.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like if he's playing on a wing with them, yeah, I mean, Caulfield puts in another 50, you're bound to get a lot of assists from that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Demidov, has extreme playmaking ability as well. Like, I would say it's a combination of all three of those guys. Like without Suzuki, well, I think Suzuki and Caulfield can do it together, as a line. However, though, you add Demidov in the mix, another offensive threat. Those three together, Caulfield gets 50 the first year that he has Demidov on his wing, which it's not really a coincidence because Demidov really is that good. And then you add Suzuki, he gets 100 points, 50 for Caulfield. I think you can see another 50, 100 from Caulfield and Suzuki, and then you add Demidov and another 80. One of the best first lines in the league we're talking about already, honestly.
Yeah, that would remind me of the 1 year in Calgary when Gaudreau, was it Monahan? Gaudreau, Monahan, and Tkachuk all had 40 goals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They were their whole team.
Yeah. It was a great line.
Mm-hmm.
That was a phenomenal line. In Montreal, man, like, you have those three guys plus your scoring depth. They're dangerous. Obviously, they have a high chance to win the Atlantic Division. We'll see how that shapes up. I'm so, back and forth between that Atlantic Division who's going to win because it's just so
It's
fucking
so
good.
tight. I mean, anyone can really win it.
You could say probably 4 teams in that division right now that you have them first in the division. I'm like, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say right now probably just going off of, all the offseason acquisitions, Florida's probably the betting favorite to be first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't looked at any of the sites.
I mean, right now, if in terms of betting, I think it's going Florida, Montreal, the Tampa Bay, Buffalo, and Ottawa are tied at like plus 2,200 or something like that.
I mean, I see it, with the losses the Sabres had this year.
Yeah. I'm going to look at the betting odds real quick if I can find them before we move on here. Okay. All right. Oops, this is NBA, my bad.
Sorry, Buffalo doesn't have a basketball team anymore.
Okay, yeah, so okay, this is interesting. All right. Florida Panthers first plus 165. Tampa Bay Lightning second. Montreal's third. Toronto is fourth. Buffalo is fifth. Boston is last behind the Detroit fucking Red Wings.
That's crazy.
I think switch Boston and Detroit in my opinion.
Yeah, but to have Toronto over Buffalo is crazy.
To have Toronto over Buffalo and Ottawa.
I mean, Ottawa's okay. I mean, but adding McKenna and Bobrovsky is not going to help that team.
But what if Austin Matthews scores 60 goals again?
He's not going to.
I think he can. Stop hating, bro.
He's not going to.
I think
he'll put in 40.
Again.
He's not
you still have to
again.
respect the talent that he could have. Yeah. I know he hasn't had a couple great seasons, but when he's like fully healthy, he's a top 5 player in his position.
Got to go back to Turkey.
Oh my god, bro! Generation.
They still have William Nylander. Like they still have John Tavares. They still have a good team.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if Toronto made the playoffs next year.
I really wouldn't be either.
I wouldn't be either, but Matthews ain't scoring 60.
We'll see.
I guess time will tell. We'll come back to this in April. We'll see the generational hate.
I think if he plays a whole season, though, he's at least scoring 45.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, he's scoring 40+, but...
That's elite, though. You have to take account for that. Like, they have an elite center.
Most
like,
teams...
all otherworldly player.
Most teams in the league don't have a 40-plus goal scorer.
Like, guaranteed minimum 40 goals if he's healthy.
And they add Gavin McKenna, who honestly will probably put up 60 points, 50 points.
They say they miss Mitch Marner. Here's his replacement.
For real.
Gavin McKenna don't play Mitch Marner defense.
He's a rookie. He's gonna have some growing pains, but the talent's there.
We'll see.
All right, we're coming back to this April 15th.
I'm not saying they're gonna win the division, dude. I'm just saying they're gonna be better than you think they are.
I know, but I don't think they're gonna be a division team.
We'll see.
Wild card though, potentially.
Maybe wild card 2.
Okay. All right. Come back to this. All right. Well, week 2 of my position rankings. Again, if you guys aren't familiar with this, you guys are new. I give my positional rankings this time of year. Chris and Preston tell me how fucking idiotic they are, and they roast me for them. This week, we're going on to wingers. I did not do left and right wingers. They're just wingers grouped in as one. So, again, no honorable mentions. Number 10, Kyle Connor. Number 9, William Nylander. Number 8, Mitch Marner. Number 7, Cole Caulfield. Number 6, Jason Robertson. Number 5, Matt Boldy. 4, Mikko Rantanen. Number 3, Kirill Kaprizov. Number 2, David Pastrnak. And number 1, Nikita Kucherov. Shoot.
Do you have Mitch Marner on your list?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 8.
8?
Yeah. I have Cole Caulfield, 7.
The players aren't bad. It's just you were
The order.
wildly overrating Matthew Boldy.
What? I think Matt
Boldy's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely a top 10 winger in the league. I just wouldn't have him over Kyle Connor or fucking Caulfield.
Where would you put Boldy? Like 10?
I think 8's a good spot
8.
for him.
Yeah. Flop. Where did you have Caulfield?
I had him 7.
Flip them. Put Marner up to 7. Boldy down to 8.
Caulfield 5.
Who'd you have as 1?
Kucherov.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean that's the obvious choice.
Bro.
Kaprizov over Pasta.
Mm.
I think so.
I think either of them are interchangeable.
Boldy
Who's he
helped-
playing a line with?
I don't care. He's the better player.
Pasta does more with less.
Doesn't matter.
That is true.
That does matter.
Better
That
player.
absolutely
That
matters.
does matter.
You're on a line. You're
So-
on a line all year with
so-
another top 5 winger in the league, and Matt Boldy.
So we're gonna discredit Caulfield then because he plays with Suzuki.
He scored 50 goals.
Same thing.
Pasta has also scored 50 goals, hasn't he?
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Didn't he win the Rocket a few years ago?
He
I think he
he scored
tied.
61.
Yeah.
Pasta scored 61 goals.
Yes, in 22-23 he scored 61 goals. He had 113 points.
Yeah.
I'd still say Kaprizov's better.
I think Pasta's a strong number 2.
My list, Kaprizov's 2.
Would you put Pasta 3 then?
I'm not saying Kaprizov's bad or anything. I'm just saying Pasta does more with less. He is that Boston Bruins team.
I mean, that's on Boston to not get him pieces to play with.
But he's still producing nonetheless, though.
Yeah.
He's still an elite
And
player.
on my list, he's 3.
Okay. Whatever, man. I'm not going to argue with you.
All right, battle it out. Start throwing fisticuffs.
And Kyle Connor at 10 is
I know.
way too low.
I was going through this list and
But also, you're missing a very important name,
who?
Jason Robertson.
I know I
He
have him.
had Jason Robertson.
I have him at
Did he?
6.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Would Matthew Tkachuk been on your list if he was healthy all year last year?
Yes.
Who would you have taken out then for him?
If he was healthy, honestly, this
Nylander.
would have looked way differently.
Nylander.
Probably would have been Nylander. If I could change one thing, because I know last week I did. If I can change one thing, if I could change one thing about this, I would put Nylander 10. I'd move Kyle Connor way up. Kyle Connor had what, 90 or 100 points last year?
I mean,
92.
92.
I mean, you can change it. It's your list.
Well, I
It's
already
not fine.
set the list. Like, I'm not going to switch it up. I'm going to stand pat, but if there's one thing I could change. But yeah, if Matthew Tkachuk stayed healthy all year last season, he's in over William Nylander.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So who's a player this year that wasn't on your top 10 list that you think can make their way into the top 10 next year?
Let me take a look real quick, because I'm not going to go off the top of my head.
I was
Well,
going to
in-
say Konsta Halunos.
No.
In this list, are we classifying Natchez as a center or a winger?
He's a winger.
Wing.
'Cause I know in Carolina he was a center, but he goes to Colorado and he's
Yeah,
not a winger.
he's playing on a wing with McKinnon.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only players on that team that can keep up with him.
Yeah. Oh, this is tough. If there is one guy,
Like, what if Natchez has 100 points again next year?
will I classify him as a winger?
He's a winger.
Yeah, he's playing wing in Colorado now.
If he puts up 100 points again, yeah, Natchez is easy on this list. And he's not just like borderline top 10. He's like in the middle of the list. I don't know why I thought of him as a center.
He's listed as a center,
Yeah.
but he plays most of his time at wing, I
Okay.
believe.
Then yeah. If there is one guy who I think can drop out next season you get Natchez, probably be
Yeah, last year he spent 99.2% of his time at right wing.
Okay.
So
He's a winger.
I don't know why he's listed on the roster as a center still, but yeah, he's a first line winger with
Okay.
Nathan McKinnon.
All right. There we go.
I'm just thinking. I mean, if Cutter Gauthier ever gets signed,
Like, what about
Oh,
he's
yeah.
another 40-goal guy.
like if Matthew Tkachuk as well plays a full 82 game season, he puts up like 95 points, like, it's going to be really tough. At that point, I think next season, if it gets to a point where it becomes so tough with that, I might say fucking just split it up to left and right wings.
I think you're gonna have to because you're missing out on a lot of.
I'm missing like
good players.
Sam Reinhart, Brandon Hagel, Panarin even had a really good season, right? Like there's a lot of guys that are missing.
Josh Doan.
You said it, not me.
I know, it's just a joke. Got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What about Clayton Keller too? Like,
Clayton Keller's a stud.
yeah.
I remember I had him on my list last year. There's
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say Tuck's a top 10, but like if you split it up by position,
he
might
is a
be.
top 10 at his position, probably borderline. But do you guys have anything else to add to the list? I will say, Chris, these lists are a lot better than last season. I had a rage bait shit last season.
Yeah.
Were you trying to rage bait?
Part of me,
No,
yeah.
he
Part of
just
me,
forgot.
no. Part of me, yeah. Part of me, no. Part of me
Never
actually
forget
believed it.
Top 5 Penguins of all time completely forgets Jaromir Jagr exists.
Dude, I will say though, that got so much engagement. It got us like over 100,000.
That's not good though, because
views.
everyone was calling you a fucking
I know
idiot.
because it had 100,000 views, but it had like fucking 400 likes. They had more comments than likes.
Hey, you had 400 people liking it.
They probably did out of pity.
Like, look at this fucking retard.
I did an episode. It might have been an episode by myself, but I'm listing off because I was talking about Malkin being a potential generational talent, right? And I was listing off like Penguins players, and I completely forgot Jagr, and I didn't realize that until after I
mean,
posted it.
I will say it would have been worse if you forgot Lemieux.
I'm shocked I didn't forget Lemieux.
If we would have forgot Lemieux and Jagr, I would just like block you on social media. And it's just like I don't even want to see this.
Man, you got Sidney Crosby, you got James Neal, you got
Chris Letang, Matt Murray.
Pascal Dupuis, what a stud.
you got Ryan Whitney, Paul Bissonnette.
Yeah.
Legend of the Penguins franchise. Where's Nate? Where is he? I don't know.
He'll just say Ben Kindle.
Ben Kendall. All right, last thing on our agenda today. Let's hop into a round of 84-0.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we did a test run of this and they were not going well.
We're doing one take, one shot.
One take, one shot.
One take. All right.
All right.
See, here's our best game we've got so far.
That was a practice run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did about 10 of them and we forgot to record, so. All right,
Here
run
we
it
go,
up.
baby.
All right. St. Louis of the 2000s. I mean,
You got, what, 2 choices here?
yeah, I'd say
3?
I'd go
No, 2?
McInnes.
Yeah.
Al McInnes. Yeah. Good start. Calgary in the 80s.
I'd respin team. I mean,
Um,
this is risky though.
This is really
Because
risky.
you can get like the Oilers, or you can get a good team, or you can get a really shit.
You'll get like the Canucks or Stars. Yeah, respin team.
Yeah, I don't know if I want John Newman as our center.
Hooray!
All
Yeah,
right,
okay, I
there
think we
we
know which
go.
one we're picking here.
There we go.
Working a Blackhawks.
It's only 91
That's crazy.
Patrick
in
Waugh.
the 2000s. If it was
Ooh.
90s, hands down. But
Do you want a respin era?
You could get like Kel McCarr.
I mean,
We
he
can
didn't-
get McCarr, or we can get 90s.
fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, do it.
Let's go.
Bang! Okay,
Detroit. Paul Coffey or Nick Lidstrom.
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 It's only
Only-
89.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Timo.
Solani.
All right, it all comes down to this. Who's their best winger? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna re-roll team.
Yeah, do that.
Luc Robitaille.
I guess he's our only option, really.
I mean
Right.
That's our best team of the day.
one. That's our best one.
Best team of the day. Listen.
71, 8-3 is the score to beat.
Oh, we're doing
All
another
right,
one?
Do one more.
Do one more.
See if we can beat it.
Dallas of the 90s.
I think Mike Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffalo in the
I.
It was
Miller-
Hashtag in the 90s.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Fucking manifesting that.
Utah of the 90s. I mean,
These are the Winnipeg Jets.
yes,
so.
yes. I mean, Housley's probably really good. Solani's good.
One of I
Whichever-
would
whichever
go. I
one.
would go one of those two.
Which one?
Go. I'm saying go Phil Housley.
Yeah. He was a point per game player as a defenseman.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
All right.
re-roll.
got
There you go.
McInnes.
All right, we got our blue line locked down.
All right, we got our wingers.
Ooh. Sabres in the 70s.
I mean, Danny Gare's probably like a
It's probably what, high 80s?
Yeah.
Well, he's probably. It wouldn't shock me if he's like 92, 93.
Want
You
to
want
take a
Danny
chance
Gare?
with the Gare?
Go for it.
87. Minute.
Kirill. Yeah. 77,
Oh, damn.
3 and
All
2.
right. All right.
Okay.
We're building.
Okay.
We're doing another one.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say we're doing another one.
No.
Listen, that was what?
But we're building.
We're 0-2 with getting 84-0. However, though, we had the one in a test run. We were like, what, 58 wins? Or
Yeah, we had like 43 wins.
I
Our
like to
goalie's cold.
apologize to our audio only team. We probably have no fucking idea what we're doing. So
Yeah.
next time we'll do a
I
better
did.
job explaining.
I did explain it though.
Yeah.
I did explain it. You're just deaf.
You're just.
No, I'm kidding. Okay. Well, that's going to end it for today's episode. If you guys enjoy all of our content, head over down to the description below to check us out on all of our social media platforms. Subscribe, notification bell over on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. New episodes every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll see you guys in our next episode.